Medical marijuana users had a chance to speak out Wednesday night as the state's Medical Marijuana Dispensary System Task Force held its first public meeting in Hilo. The Public Policy Center for the University of Hawaii at Manoa convened the meeting in order to help develop recommendations for the establishment of a regulated statewide dispensary system for medical marijuana. Without such a system in place, as testifiers explained, medical marijuana users are forced to break the law under Hawaii's current rules.
Now, after I got my card, which was easy, I was told to go to the streets to buy it.
The very first problem is there's no way to legally buy seed. If that isn't entrapment, I don't know what is.
One change in the law is already in the works. In January, the Department of Health will assume oversight of medical marijuana in Hawaii, a transfer away from the jurisdiction of the Department of Public Safety. Medicine users hope it will bring an end to the compliance checks that they say continue to harass and terrify them.
I've had 12 helicopters and over 100 police officers checking out my 7 marijuana plants. Does that mean the health department's going to come with guns now too? That's a good question. I hope not, because I've had enough of it.
We spoke to Mike Ruggles of the Alternative Pain Management Club earlier this year at his Fern Acres home on the subject of the compliance checks.
I forget where we found this stat, but the cops get like 61,000. This 15 million transfers into 21,000 extra. Only cops that are in favor with the police, with the chief, get to do the program. The chief has undue influence on the lower cops to do his agenda. Otherwise, they don't get that extra 21 grand. Well, you can't blame them for wanting that money, but that's what they get paid to come in here and do their compliance checks and let the feds. And these guys are actually a task force.
Fellow, yes.
And there's over 14 federal agencies. I don't know if you saw the one where they came up my driveway.
Where's your guys' IDs?
So, are you doing compliance
you just have a machete,
for NED? Because I didn't realize that the Hawaii County Police Department did compliance checks. And legally, NED can only conduct a compliance check prior to the issuance of the certificate. And it's only in the event that there's a question as to the individual's identity.
So what you're saying is they're here illegally without a warrant, they are trespassing, and they have no right to be here? Is that what you're saying?
My understanding.
What that'll show you is that this task force that comes in with NED.
Do you have ID? DNLR. DNLR is not supposed to be up here, it's not state land.
And so it makes you wonder, how much money do the feds dole out in the state? It could be only our county. Wouldn't it be interesting if only our county got compliance checks?
Only time you're allowed to check on a property without a warrant is to check up on the application before it's awarded. Once you give the card, it's awarded. Not allowed to come without a warrant.
It's illegal, I know that, no matter if it's in this county or another county. But I do know this, no, the police here let the feds come in and do what they want because they get that extra money. And so I'm hoping one day we can get the feds out of the county of Hawaii and we can have peaceful skies again.
Okay, and then on the other side, there's 3 licenses.
Ruggles was at the meeting on Wednesday, but it was others who spoke out against law enforcement activity.
The worst thing was the police. They come and they steal your medicine. Huh? So, when you make the law, make sure that the police don't get any, okay? Because they shouldn't touch it.
It's pretty frightening to have a helicopter with an automatic weapon trained on you, and you're just a guy in your yard, and they got a support helicopter above it. They're doing a clean out. They call them compliance checks for the last couple of years because of the LLP law. Now, the LLP law told them they could not use federal money anymore to eradicate marijuana in the county of Hawaii. So they just called it a compliance check. And how many of those guys still got paid and tortured guys like me?